Hello guys, welcome to Masha Creatives, the home of creative tech, and today we're going to dive into a new series of motion graphics using After Effects, Wahala. So if you've been that one guy who wanted to learn how to animate stuff or designs or how to do cool animations, this is the video for you. So before we dive in, ensure to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more informative content. We are going to use After Effects, so if you do not have After Effects, you can just download it from the Adobe website. So basically, this is my After Effects. This is After Effects 2023. So if you open After Effects, this is the panel you get right here, the Welcome to After Effects panel, and this is where all the magic begins. So don't be scared. In this video, I'm going to give you the introduction. I'm going to take you into a quick and easy introduction to understanding the layout of Adobe After Effects. So right here, the very first thing is usually creating a new project. So let's say in any softwares, if maybe you're a graphic designer or you are a beginner starting like your motion graphics journey, this is where you begin. The very first thing is creating a project where all your files are going to be stored in. So let's just create a new project, and Wahala, we have a new project, but it's saved as untitled project.after effects project. So basically you need to come here, save as, and give it a name. Okay, save it on your computer. So for instance, if this is our project, we can come to save, then come here, save as. Then we are going to locate where we are going to save our project. So right here, I'm going to create a new folder and I'm going to call it After Effects tutorial. I'm going to dive inside. I'm going to create another folder and I'm going to call it Project 1. And now this is now our real Project 1. So I'm going to call this tutorial After Effects Project 1. And I'm just going to click enter on my keyboard, and Wahala, as you can see right here. So our project is done. So that's the very first step of creating a project in After Effects. It's as easy as that. So basically, you have already created your first project. You should be happy, right? So just hit that subscribe button right there and like this video. So on to the next step is understanding the panels on After Effects. So if you are a beginner or it's your first time coming into After Effects or into Adobe softwares, you might find it a bit not used to, but it's as easy as, I don't know how to say how easy it is, but it's just very easy. And I'm going to take you through all these panels and you're just going to understand them in a few. So the very first panel on top here, we have the very top panel, which is the file edit, the effects, your animations, the view of how you want to like your panels look like, the window, the help. Okay, then now we have our very first controls. So these are the controls we are going to use. To our very first top left, this is our home, which takes us back to where we created our project. Then this is the move tool. So in Photoshop it's called the move tool, but right here you can see in After Effects it's called the selection tool, because basically it enables you to select stuff and move them around while doing your designs or doing your animations or motion graphics. Then that's the hand tool, to enables you to click and drag your workspace. So that's it all through. This is the zoom tool, as it says. You just use it to zoom. Then we have this to pan. It's a pan tool. We have this anchor point tool. If you want to pan the anchor on any position, you're gonna use that tool. Then these are the normal tools. This is a rectangle tool, pen tool, text tool. Normal tools as in the ones used in Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator. So basically the brush tool, these are just common tools. Eraser tool. If you are a person who has dealt with Photoshop or Illustrator, you know all these tools. So the same way you use them in Photoshop or Illustrator is the same way you're gonna use them here. Just a few tweaks here and there. Then now onto our first panel. As you can see, this blue bounding box right here, this is where all our project file go. So if maybe I have a small video, or I have images, or I have a design, or I have anything that I want to import, if I import anything, it's going to come into this project panel right here. So this is our project panels. This is where all our assets are going to come. So if are going to be stored, that is if I import a folder, or if I import an image, if I import a music file, or if I import a video file, this is where it's going to be stored. Done. So right here, this is where our video is going to play. So basically, if we are animating anything or doing any graphics, this is where we are going to watch all that magic happen. Okay, then on our far right, this is now our effects panel. I call it, we have the effects, presets, libraries, character, but all these, they are properties. Let me call it properties panel. If you are an Photoshop user, you know properties panel. So this like basically same as the properties panel, because basically if you have anything selected right here, you will have to use any of these properties to tweak it into whatever you wanna do it. Maybe it's a text, you'll come to the character panel to change the font size, to change the colors. If maybe it's a paragraph, this is where you will go. If maybe you wanna add some effects on maybe an object or a shape, this is where you would go. If it's an audio, this is where you would go. It's just as it is written. It's just that easy. And finally, I think the last one is this right here. This right here. So this is where now this is called the timeline. So basically, animation is a short video. So that means there's a timeline. It has to play maybe for 10 seconds, or it has to play for an hour, or it has to play for that duration of time. So this is where you're going to see that playhead do its magic. So right here, then if you bring your projects right here, you cannot use them while they're here. You have to drag them into the timeline. So anything that is dragged from the project panel into the timeline will appear here, and it will have an entire timeline depending on the time you have set for your footage or for your animation. So let's dive quickly and have an example. So the very first thing is usually creating a new composition. So right here, just click on new composition, 1920 by 1080, that is HD. Right here is the preset is HD. You can change this, but you can just leave them as 1920 by 1080. It depends with what you are designing, but more often than not, you'll be using 1920 by 1080. So we are going to call this composition as our main comp. So that is our main composition, the one that we are going to export. Okay, so right there, then right here is the duration. So let's say we are going to do an animation for 5 seconds. So just click 5. If it's 30 seconds, 30. If it's an hour, this is the duration. Like right here is the duration. And resolution is full 30 frame, 29.95. That is like 30 frame rates per second. That is quite okay. Okay, and wahala. So maybe if you are experiencing like you see, it's just telling you refresh disabled. The moment you have caps lock on your keyboard, then the refresh rate is disabled. So just take off your caps lock and wahala. So this is where our video is gonna play right here on this black. Then now here is our timeline, and as you can see on our project, right here we have our first main composition, like our first file that is to be used. Okay, so on to the next thing now. Let me just import an image. So file, import right here, file. Okay, I'll go to my downloads and just get anything that maybe I can use for an example. Okay, let's use this star. So as you can see, it's there, but now we cannot view it right here. Okay, as you can see, we have like our our timeline is ready here, but now there is nothing. So even if I play this playhead, you see it's playing, but there's nothing being viewed. Okay, so if I take this image, drag it right here and release it, now you can see we have something there. Then now if you play, since you haven't added any animation, so like nothing is happening. But basically that's it. So you can design this like Photoshop. So let's just add a background. I'll right click here on our timeline, right click, because I want it to be on the timeline, not here. Okay, so right here, right click, new, and I'm going to create a new solid. So I'm going to call it BG for background. Then I'm going to check the color to something. I need something cool, something like that, or come on, this is gold, so it won't be visible. So let's go for something dark. Okay, then okay, and voila, we have it right there. But as you can see, same thing as in Photoshop, layers. So our image is below the background, so you have to click and drag it above, and voila, there we go. You can position this. As you can see, it's more not at the center. So again, properties. So you come to my properties. What do I want to do? I want to align that. So where's my align? Oh, it's missing. Let me check it on Windows. If you have any panel that you can see here and you cannot locate it, all the panels are usually here. So as you can see, align. I'm gonna check, and there it is. I have my align. So I'll click on that star, then I'm going to align it horizontally center and vertically center. There we go. So the next thing is just animating this thing. So you can animate it anyhow. So if you wanna know how to animate this star, let's meet in the next video. In the meantime, ensure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I think I have shown you the entire layout of Adobe After Effects. If you have any question, ask on the comment section. Peace out.